books are not, they're not like dense reads, okay? Like you're not gonna need like a lot of time and effort to get through them. There are a lot of them, yes.
Hi,
Like what?
everybody.
You're just talking about crying. It sounds like you're getting.
They are like in size 14 font.
I couldn't hear another word about Animorphs, so I had to start the stream. My name's Philip. I'm the publisher.
Because Philip is.
It's gonna be on for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
We're not having.
If you think we're
tonight.
done talking about Animorphs, I'm not.
Oh my lord. Hi everyone, and welcome
for you.
to Topflight.
Pierce, what would your battle or your main
yeah,
battle?
they're really not
be?
done. All right, that's fine.
I think now it would just be a grizzly bear. I think I'm bored with that.
Yeah, grizzly bear is pretty good.
Yeah.
Beanstalk rises up like that. It's kind of cool.
Oh.
So the one time Jake's turned into a rhino so far, that seemed to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
He just charged through an entire mansion.
Yeah, I mean, elephant good, and too bigger target but good.
Do they get to choose what they turn into?
Any animal that they can touch, they can acquire.
Oh, that's
And
what? That's so cool.
Yeah, and when you touch it as you're absorbing it, they go into like a trance. So
it's funny. It's funny because it's funny because Fractal was like, "That's cool," and I felt like KJ's vibe was like, "Ah, you gotta touch it. God, forget it.
Yeah,
that's too
like,
much
how
work."
often do I get to touch it?
Yeah,
It's
touch it.
like dogs.
Not only do you get to turn into an animal, but first you get to pet the animal.
That.
yeah, don't you want to pet a wolf?
I'm sure
and then turn
that,
into a wolf?
Yes.
I'm sure that on some level, my absolute heartlessness when it comes to animals is why the Animorphs books don't appeal to me. Also, probably because I'm too old.
But I figured the
when
immense
they came
amount of
out.
trauma and darkness would counteract that.
I don't think that's. I had Batman.
Oh, Batman's got nothing on Animorphs.
That's. Have you? Okay, fair enough. All right. Have you read Arkham? Never mind. It doesn't matter. Got a pet it on public access TV like Zane. That's true. That's a joke about Zane. Zane on Blood from a Stone. I'm telling the players this. Oh, Dad knows. At the end of every episode, Zane started saying that he pets animals on public access TV, and it's just like a weird joke that he's been doing. And I don't know what's going on with it.
That's interesting.
That's
like
It's not a joke.
Kind
Maybe he
of thing.
does pet animals on.
I really don't think he does because I don't know that Orange County has a public access TV station anymore.
Yeah,
Wait,
Orange
you
County.
know.
He's trying to anamorph. That's fair. Rose explodes.
Rose Explode should not be here right now.
She's welcome to watch. She's just never welcome to be in these games again.
Ever.
She can never play again.
Fair.
She's.
I don't like that.
Well, wait. That sounds kind of mean. Yeah, it is kind of mean. She could come back if she wanted to, but she doesn't.
We'll allow Dustin Howell to be part of the team before
Here's actually what I'll say in her defense.
Rough.
Or how this went.
Rough.
She left, and then it's been nothing but combat since she left. So, yeah, she doesn't want the combat. Therefore, she made the right call. But you're all here, wonderful people, and we have now discussed Animorphs, and we've discussed off stream. We also had a chat about Shazam: Fury of the Gods. Very polarizing for one person in this group had incredibly strong opinions about it.
It's so fucking bad.
Okay, you don't have to keep parroting everything Fractal said. Calm down. Okay.
And I have no opinion of it.
Had you ever seen the first one?
No, I started it on Max and went, no.
Oh, interesting.
I think I'm good. I watched like 10 minutes.
Well,
And I went, how long is this movie? 2.5 hours?
That's the first.
Oh,
the
it
first
wasn't
one's
long,
not 2.5 hours, is it?
No, it's like 2:20.
I mean, you might as well fucking
That's
be.
upsetting.
Yeah.
They don't need to do that.
And so then I watched like an obscure 1970s slasher movie instead.
Oh, why do they make these movies so long? Yeah, that's rough.
Sense.
Oh my god. Oh, Shazam.
It's gotten to the point where like
The first
a movie, I like a movie and enjoy it simply because it has the audacity to be 2 hours long or less. Suddenly the movie is exponentially better to me simply because it is 120 minutes or less.
There was a movie called Darkness Falls. It was directed by like Jonathan Liebsman. I think I'm getting the right one right. And I remember a friend of mine.
It's a Tooth Fairy, right?
Yeah, it's like a horror movie about like an evil tooth fairy. But I believe his main comment on it was, I was like, was it good? He's like, it was 79 minutes. As in just like, you know what? I was just so refreshed that this movie's just fast. So I've always
That is,
been amused by that.
That's one of 2 movies in my life I've ever walked out of.
Wow, there you go. Man, Pierce is quick to walk out or turn off. Apparently, I guess if it's only 2 movies. I don't know that I've ever walked out of a movie.
That's what we call because 1 data point's a phenomenon, 2 is a coincidence. We need 3 for a data point.
Three's a trend.
Yeah.
Oof. I don't know. I don't know that I've ever walked
It's
out.
not in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. Though to be fair, that was because a friend I was sitting next to got very queasy and had to leave the theater, and so I went out to sit with her in the lobby and keep her company while the rest of our friends finished the movie.
Have you ever walked out of a movie, KJ?
No, I fell asleep watching Jurassic Park 3 when I was a kid, but that's about it.
It's fine. Fractal, you ever walked out of a movie?
All falling asleep during movies.
No, I don't think I actually did because I was afraid that my parents would be mad at me for wasting their money.
That's a reasonable. I once had a friend who we saw a really rough movie. We saw a movie called The Brothers Grimm, which is among the worst.
Oh, I remember that one.
Oh my god.
Woof.
Heath Ledger and Matt Damon. That movie's there's actually a fascinating book about the making of that movie that is a very good book. But a friend of mine, he didn't leave the movie, but he did. He like stepped out. He like left for about like 5 minutes and came back in and said, "I wasn't going to the bathroom. I just needed a break." And I have to say, I found that to be I deem that a really interesting thing to do. If you're ever in a movie that you just don't care for, and you're like, I'm gonna have to pause this. I'm in a theater, so I'm gonna miss some stuff, and I'm okay with that. This pre-stream chat, or this pre-game chat has just kind of weird. I don't know what's
I've never
going on.
bailed out of a comic though.
Never bailed from a comic. Interesting. I don't think I've ever bailed from a comic book, but there have been series that I've stopped reading because like I'm like I don't care about this anymore. But I don't know if I've ever not finished an issue or something. Well, and I finished every YouTube video I've ever started. Wait a minute, that's not true. Well, let's talk about this wonderful game, and we're so happy that Teleportia will be here in 5 minutes. I mean, Fractal's here already, but Teleportia will be just 5 minutes away from when the game starts.
Yes.
So, in what's been going on with the team, the Heroes of Topflight, they have ventured in response to these crazy power surges. They decided that one of the major areas where they needed assistance was where they needed to give their assistance because of the potentially larger, loss of life and bigger picture problems, was to go to Toucan Beach, Florida, that had been overtaken by a strange dark matter field, and they ventured inside, joined by the other current members of the team. Technically, Top Flight West is one shy of the sort of standard 7 members these teams typically have, because V has left to deal with her 12,000 formations on Null Island. But they also, aside from Lumen Armament, Beowulf now, and Teleportia, the team also has Captain Eldritch, Synth Devil, and they have been joined on this mission by Bloodstar, who's a different kind of he's an anti-hero 90s. His backpack is guns. So in any case, and he doesn't care about hygiene. He cares about anger.
You can do both. They don't have to be.
No, I'm too mad to wash my hands.
It's not a thing.
Anyway, I made you guys some dip. Here you go.
Absolutely fucking not.
What is this dip?
It's salsa. I cut it with my knives.
It's a biohazard, is what it is.
I call it blood
Is
salsa.
Is this a type of soup?
Yeah, in a sense. A soup of death tomatoes and chilies. So, in any case, our group went into this thing. Synth Devil, however, had to pull back because, and in fact, Armament and Bloodstar were finding that some of their tech was Armament. You ultimately have been able to function properly, but your suit has sort of, there have been like some weird little glitchy moments. Bloodstar couldn't use his articulated gun stuff, but he still can just shoot all of the guns. As you ventured through, you fought dark matter drones that are kind of these like weird Slender Man type creatures. After that, you fought a dark matter drone who turned itself into Senior Toucan, the mascot of a bar there in Toucan Beach. And as you went through this space, you realized that all of the people within here are in a strange stasis. They're not dead, they're not alive, their sort of body has been sort of shut down. You're not really sure what's going on. After sort of fighting the giant toucan, you then came up against a group of these dark matter drones who transformed themselves into all of you, mimicking your powers to a certain extent. Lumen came up with the plan of sort of like dividing and conquering, and basically don't go at loggerheads against your own powers. We would sort of, cleverly go against who might be able to, not whatever. And it was pretty cool. Captain Eldritch also did a little. Captain Eldritch took out the one that she was against. Fucking genuine, damn it!
Yes.
This is what I live for. This is the sole reason I still show up to play this game.
I forgot to.
Are they in your car? Oh, okay.
Here, I saw them, was like, oh, grab those, and then I moved a bunch of Legos over, and I'm just dumb. Okay. Anyway, she said, I didn't even need these because you don't know what she said. She killed that person with a whisper, and you don't even know what the whisper was. She just leaned in and she was like, and that's how she took out her own clone. Okay, so, you guys eventually made it to the Toucan Beach Galleria. The dark matter was different. You could see further distances. Everything was limned in odd sort of colors. You also heard an eerily slowed down rendition of "It Was a Very Good Year," with like weird like warping stuff because it's just playing Sinatra since it's technically a Caruso property. As you went through, you found Star Shadow was present. She offered you food court refreshments and explained she has discovered ever since her power surged that you're not in the real universe. She wants to take everyone to the true universe, the dark matter universe. She claims everyone will survive, but those of you with magic and or science knowledge suspect that may not be the case. She also pointed out that over the fountain there is a miniature contained black hole that she's putting together and will unleash, channeling all this dark matter energy. You prepare to fight her, but you're not sure if knocking her out means her containment on that black hole is going to end. So this puts you in a very difficult situation. How do you stop someone who's trying to end the world, where if taking them out very much might end the world? In addition, everyone please refresh all of your hero points. You have them all back. Now, for some of you, that means you're basically back to 1. I know that for Lumen, unfortunately, this means you're out of heals and storms of 19 virtues and stuff like that. Or maybe you have 1 storm of the 19 virtues left. How many of those do you
I
get?
think I only get 1.
You only got 1 of those, yeah. Well,
I think we're all still pretty. I think I'm still pretty banged up, relatively speaking.
Yeah, I can only use it once every long rest.
there you go.
But I can't do my Inspiring Valor, right? That's once long prolonged rest.
You can't give back the that's long rest.
Any hero die.
Expend a hero die. That makes sense. Okay, so with all of that in mind, I think it's time to discuss a little prologue. You have 2 options of where we're going to look. Option 1, Argyle, California. Option 2, Levianax, Scotland.
Okay, friends.
Scotland?
Let me just say,
Scotland.
The last time we looked in Argyle, California, where our home base was, we were very upset to know something was going on there. And there's no way we can leave this battle. So do we just want to be mad about what's happening at our home base or not? I vote for Scotland.
I vote for 2 for other reasons.
Wow, so we have
Scotland.
2 votes for Scotland.
Oh no.
Fractal,
I'd rather
Oh.
just show up and find the place burned down than know
Yeah, I
it's
was
burning.
pretty upset last time
So
finding out
wait,
things were going down at our base. I really am not. I'm not gonna be able to emotionally handle if it got worse, which it probably did.
Go ahead, Teleportia.
I was like, wait, what happened to our?
Oh, to
Why
your
is
base.
everyone so upset?
Oh,
It's getting fucked up.
there
It's getting
might
fucked up.
have been a situation in which, at your headquarters in California on Top Beach, maybe someone's being possessed. One of like your staff members is maybe being the sweetest little bit of possessed by a ghost with a cowboy accent. Just a little.
No.
It's like in a little cute way. But we won't know what's going on there. So it's all good. Yeah.
I would love like just a goofy villain plot at some point so that we come back and Waldorado's just like turned our place into like a Tex-Mex barbecue place.
Our
and
office
that's
is
it.
just covered in
It's
post-its.
just Chevys.
Yeah.
Our place is a Chevys now.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
It's just a oh man. It's just a
For the record, Chevys was my favorite place to go as a kid.
great.
Well, yeah, then you'll be happy.
Well, having chosen Levianax, Scotland, I'm sure I'm saying that. Levianax? I'm saying it wrong, I'm sure.
Put it in the chat so we can all see how it's spelled.
Okay.
Then we can all be wrong together.
Here you go. I'm putting it in both Zoom chat and Twitch chat so that everyone can say. It's probably just Levianax.
That looks like a prescription.
Yeah,
Tired-
there's definitely something commercial
Tired
with,
of
like,
your toe odor taking over your life?
Nah,
You
man.
need Levianax.
Based off of
Levianax
those
isn't
islands,
new.
man, this is probably like a Lunix. Based off of like a lot of those pronunciations.
That's true. If it's depending on how Scottish it is.
Depend-
yeah.
How Scottish
Lunix.
or
Luna. Yeah. That makes sense because this is a derivation of Lennox, comes from the same root as this. So yeah, it may just be not Levianax, it may just be Linux. Linux. Linux mutation. As we check in on Scotland, we see several sort of rather older buildings. This is like an old, there's a not quite a medieval village, but it's from definitely been there hundreds of years. And in this area, we see a few Fiat agents, sort of like arriving, rapidly walking towards one of the buildings. One of the Fiat agents is like, we won't go into details on who they are, but just like she'll be like, sorry, I'm late. I'm trying to monitor the situation on Null Island, but we're pulled really thin. Do we think she's in there? And somebody says yes. It's all of our readings show that there's a lot of hellish energy here. Something's transformed, entered that place. We think it's Baskerville. And she says, damn it. This is getting too big. There's no capes. There's no capes. There's no powers around. And the Fiat says, we're still in crisis, and we can't even trust if they're having power surges. We had just another power surge earlier today. I thought these were ending. Fine, all right. Let's Suddenly, however, there is this mournful, horrific sort of like a wolf-like howl, this baying of a hound of hell that comes from like within the room, and there's this devil-like voice sort of saying, "Do not be so afraid, little ones." And out of the room, wearing her patented red riding hunting coat because she's a sexy character according to LLA, so she looks really good. Like the splash panel of this is some real the camera's like way too low. There's no reason her butt should be featured in this image, but it is. And as she's just walking out, she's like, "Don't worry, darlings. I think I've gotten what I've come for. She begins to watch out. The Fiat agents all like grab their side of and freeze, and she says, "Oh, now listen, I've just eaten, but if you really want me to try to find a little more room," and they all kind of, as like her face becomes like wolf-like and frightening. Oh, that's right. When she's in her thing, because she's sexy, she has multiple boobs. Guys, let's not worry about it. The point is, she says, "If you really want me to try to find some more room, I'm sure I could manage. You do look delicious." The Fiat agents aren't sure what to do. But then, there's a strange rumbling that begins to shake the ground. The Fiat agents look confused, and so too does Baskerville. What? No, impossible. She rushes back into the room. They begin firing at her. As they do so, she turns back, face becoming canine and burning, and this hellfire raining off of her. She swipes one hand, and out of her hand, she summons a hellhound, just from fire, which bursts forth and begins to just ravage the Fiat agents as she, now transformed, walks back into the room. Apparently, her business was not concluded. Ooh, mysterious. What does it mean? These are irritating, these prologues, because they just ask questions and don't answer them.
Didn't we discuss last time that Baskerville had wolf titties?
Yeah.
Yes, only when she transforms. She walked out back in her human form.
So now she transformed again. So now.
Oh yeah, now for the final panel,
raging
she
wolf
has
titties.
multiple wolf boobs.
Yeah.
God damn this industry. Yep.
Yeah, man. Whoever is running the design for this series really needs to reflect on their priorities.
Well, I don't really care for that tone, but okay, you're probably right. The joke is it's me, so I get it, and it's a call out of me. But also I have no defense for this. I mean, I didn't say she has a bunch of wolf boobs. That was what you guys said. I also
That is true.
No, I think we asked the question.
Yeah, that's what it was. You asked a question, and everyone knew what I'd say.
I asked the question.
And the idea that she's a sexy character, that's really just because Aaron wanted more of them.
To be fair, I have never seen anyone look bad in riding pants.
Yeah, I'm sure it could be done, but fair.
But I mean, between this and the salaciousness of Tuesday's game,
there was nothing salacious about Tuesday's game. Tuesday's game didn't happen. In any case, off that, we cut back to Toucan Beach, Florida, where Star Shadow, who they're probably still drawing like needless, like every shot of everyone in this is always like with your body half twisted from behind, so all butts are always in all the shots.
Like, what's the point of being a superhero if you're not cheeked up?
I know. I don't know if anyone was watching Harley Quinn, but on Harley Quinn they make a real meal out of Nightwing, and just like Nightwing's butt.
That's the whole thing.
They go hard in that direction, and it's fun.
I like to imagine as Beowulf, my version of this is that I am just like The Rock in Fast Five. I'm just constantly covered in baby oil. Every shot greased up.
So you stand there. Star Shadow stands by this fountain, this sort of outdoor fountain at this shopping center. There is a miniature. It's about like an inch or so in diameter black hole that's beginning to form. You guys can feel that things are warping in towards it, and yet it doesn't seem like it has yet been created, yet been finished, and you are worried that is it being contained by her, what this means. So you have a slightly more complex goal of stopping her, but also not doing so in a way that sets off her experiment. I believe you guys ended by saying, like, all right, time to fight. So, like, a fight is coming. She does have several dark matter drones around, but they are not, none of them are, like, in, like, super, like, intense mode or whatever. Bloodstar is, like, has guns out, ready to fire. Captain Eldritch, she's back a little more with a bit more of a, like, she's, like, kind of, just ready, waiting. probably going to try to do some like support type thing as she often does. So I think, though punches have not yet been thrown, I think at this point, unless anyone has a strong objection, we are going to roll initiative.
Ms. Louise.
Then let us roll.
And
it.
we're sure Teleportia's here right now.
Not yet.
Tel-
Okay.
No, Teleportia.
5 minutes away.
Teleportia's here. She's been with it. Yeah.
Okay. Just making
She went
sure,
to get us
making sure.
coffees.
At this point, she's
Yeah,
just running
yeah,
up
yeah.
with a bunch of orange Julius from the wall. Yeah. Okay, so
It's just like-
let's go ahead and roll for it.
Man, now I want an orange Julius. God damn it.
Happens to
happened a
me
month
every
ago,
time.
too.
The last few times we played this, I've Googled where the closest one is, and it's not great.
We have to go to like Granada Hills or something. Is that?
That's why I just named my Dragonites Julius.
That's why.
Yeah, that's literally why. Because they're
All
orange.
right,
Stupid.
I respect that.
Except I named my female Dragonites Julia because duh.
Because duh.
All right. Does anybody have a 20 or higher for their initiative? Beowulf.
23.
23 for Beowulf. Anybody have a 15 or higher? Oh no. How about 10 or higher? Teleportia, what we got?
Friends, we
12.
came here to collect heads. I thought we were clear on this. What is the hesitation?
Armament?
I was getting Orange Julius.
I have with my healthy plus root initiative, I have achieved a 5.
And Lumen.
7. At a +3 to initiative, I got a 4 on the
Great.
die.
Well, this would be great. Okay. So, with a sense of the impending stuff, based on what you've said, you guys are all getting the impression that Star Shadow realizes that you are not happy to welcome in a new thing. You've kind of, taken a position. She's doing that classic villain thing of like, oh, I'm trying to be reasonable, but I guess I have to fight now. That thing where they act like they're not the criminals. So she's kind of in the midst of that. So you all know that she's about to do something, but as all of you sort of begin to react, Beowulf, you do have the ability to make the first move.
Okay. I mean, I feel like a broken record, but I'm just gonna do the thing I do, which is that I will pull out the greatsword, and I will brandish it in front of my friends, and I will say, "The Lord is on our side, and we will be victorious in this battle, guided by the might." And I'll cast Heroism on these 3 folks here.
Okay.
So that's 5 temporary hit points at the start of every turn, and you are immune to fear.
Immune to fear.
Useful AF.
Yeah, especially for
mostly
one of
just
you.
looking out for Lumen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good. All right. Party time. Well, that was a nice thing you did. Now it's Star Shadow's turn.
Well, at the end of Beowulf's turn.
Aha.
Okay. So I have a question now. I don't know why I haven't
Please.
thought of it before.
Yeah.
I would love to use my hero D4 to gain advantage on this D20 roll.
Yeah.
I'll fully allow it.
All right.
Excellent.
So roll
Roll
the
the
D4.
D4,
That's
I
a
like
3,
that.
so I lose it.
so you lose it. Roll 2 D20s and roll a nat 20, and then you'll get to do it every time.
No. Highest one was an 18, so no.
It's a bummer, but a cool idea.
Yeah.
But
I
you-
was like, why have we not tried that before?
But
No, that's a great
Beowulf,
point.
Beowulf kind of gives you this heroic thing, and just before we move to a panel showing Star Shadow, Armament is like, I'm gonna go faster. And Armament just rushes forward to take a one-off turn here. Armament, what would you like?
Hey, how far away is Star Shadow?
Star Shadow is, we'll say you guys were we'll say 25 feet, so that it's it can be whatever you want it to be.
Okay. I guess technically I still have whatever gun I had out for the last battle.
Sure.
But as I fly up, I am flying up as bonus action. I'm swinging the gun at her, and as I'm swinging to connect, it turns into the spear again.
Love it. And
And
what does the spear do?
fire?
Perfect.
We're doing fire here. Okay, so 2 attacks.
2 attacks.
Oh my god. Okay. Whee! One is a 22. The lower is a 22, and then the higher is a 29.
Well, those both hit.
Sick. All right, then I need.
In a way that's, well, yeah.
We need some d8s. Okay. 15 plus 6 is 22. Plus 12 is 34 points of fire damage.
So just 2 strikes, 34 points of fire damage, just to kick things off. You've sort of taken Star Shadow a bit unawares, but here at the end of your turn, she wasn't quite. Are you
I'm spending my d8.
Spending an action? Go ahead.
Yeah. 8, baby, let's go.
So you get 4 more attacks.
Yes, I get 4 more attacks.
That's fun. Very good.
All right.
Crit on one of these, Dan. And spend that D12 over at it.
That's a crit. I did it. Thank you. That's a 26 and a crit.
Immutable
All right.
only to guide.
So remember, for crits, you just don't roll double damage. Just max out the die. Add on top of it.
So okay, so I will spend the d12 on the crit.
Love it.
That's not a 12. So they go from 8s to 10s.
8 to 10s.
So 20 plus on the crit. It's 20 plus. Oh, that's 16. So 36 plus 6 is 42 on the crit.
Great.
And then another 15 from the regular hit.
Great.
And then the other 2 hits from my third action on this turn. Well, one is a natural 1, so that will not hit. The other one is a 32 to hit, though. So
32 hits.
for another 15 points of fire damage.
Cool. By my count, I believe that you just did 108 points of damage. Armament
Yolo.
just suddenly, Star Shadow's preparing to do something, and Armament's like, ah! So
Just
Star
like-
Shadow,
You just went Super Saiyan, Dan. I just saw like flame burst off of you as you darted in.
a very intense vibe. Star Shadow. So
Does nothing and dies, and we've saved the world.
the
Yes,
the
yes.
42, I think, is enough that maybe it could be a problem. So we'll roll one real quick. Ooh. Amidst these flurries, Star Shadow kind of like gasps slightly, and you all feel. I need everyone to make a Constitution saving throw. As you all feel yourselves being no, I should be a Strength saving throw as I think about it.
Oh,
No, Constitution's fine because it's not just keeping it in place; it's like keeping your body together. Con's fine. We'll stay con.
This doesn't help.
You're like,
Help me.
either way, it's gonna be a problem. Understood.
26.
26. Okay.
22.
22.
20.
20. Teleportia.
18.
18. Okay.
Not bad. That's not bad.
So,
I'm always afraid.
I mean, it's probably
No, you
bad
should
because we're
be.
superheroes,
Yeah,
but that's
it-
not a bad roll.
it's not a crazy roll, and also this is not a super intense thing. All of you feel
Okay.
like a weird, like gravitational shifting. Teleportia and Beowulf, you both
No.
find yourselves being pulled 10 feet towards the fountain, as stuff is battering around as it's sort of flying up and getting pulled in, as the two of you are sort of pulled towards that fountain. But all of you take, or rather, Teleportia and Beowulf, you both take 12 points of force damage, as it's almost like you're being like pulled forward. And Teleportia, it's interesting. It does you're taking this damage and it sucks and it's painful, but it doesn't feel completely different to the sort of
To my
warping
power,
that you do.
right?
Yes, exactly. It feels like it may
Yeah.
be of a connection.
I will-
It seems that she missed, and the other two both take 6 damage from that. So just basically get rid of your temp hit points and lose 1 hit point. And Teleportia, make sure that of that 12, you should only actually go down 7 because you had 5 temp from Beowulf. You may not know about that feature of his. Yeah, cool. So as you guys are all like,
I forget. Is that 5 come back every turn?
The start of every one of your turns, you
get that back. So yeah, for now, so but as you all kind of just like, and like Lumen and Armit, you feel it, but Teleportia and Bale for like, before you sort of finally hold, and it almost seems like at that point, it's almost not even you guys, it's Star Shadow, like holding, like holding on to that she that damage from Armament caused her to sort of suffer. Armament, as a legendary action, Star Shadow is going to, at the end of your sort of stolen turn, Star Shadow is going to, she wasn't going to earlier, but now that you ran up and tremendously harmed her, she's going to hit you with she's basically just going to do one of her, like, standard kind of, like, dark matter sort of punch things at you. You might. I don't know what your AC is. You might be able to stop this. Is a 21 going to hit you?
It would, except I will use my reaction to throw out my shield, and it will not hit me.
So basically, as you sort of come up, she blocks this. All right. So, we now come to her turn. That was a rough start for her. She's not thrilled. She wanted to be all cordial with you guys, and instead she feels that she's gonna need to she's gonna need to like move the brakes and do this a little bit. So she is going to basically like look over to that black hole and slightly enlarge it. So I now do need all of you to make strength saving throws, as you are being pulled toward it. You're no longer feeling like the warping stuff, you're just feeling like a pulling thing. And you do feel that if you are pulled sort of onto, like, up to the fountain, it might do damage if you sort of fail this kind of thing.
19.
19, okay.
9.
Armament.
That's fine.
24.
24, Teleportia.
19.
All right.
Hey.
I'm doing this as the gradiated sort of situation I sometimes do for saving throws. Not such a thing in D&D, but I kind of like it. Beowulf, you stand your ground. It's Florida, so appropriate. Teleportia and Lumen, the two of you are pulled towards the fountain further. Teleportia, you're now getting actually even closer to the fountain. But both of you, with this proximity, you both take... Oof, I rolled really high on this, guys. I'm sorry. That is... you both take 22 points of force damage. As this thing is just like, you're like, oh, it's like you're feeling like bones stretching out. There's this horrible like. Now you do have your D10s if you would ever like to spend those to regain some hit points. You do have means
D6.
of, or D6s. Sorry, you have the means.
I will use that right now.
You'll use that in response to this. Great. So you can always do that in response to these things when you get these hits. But this thing is like pretty darn like it's pulling. Armament. You don't take that much.
I think it's going to be much worse for you, my friend.
You failed worse, so you actually you have gotten pulled like up, like you go flying past. Like Teleportia is like really close and is sort of holding on. Lumen is not as far, but they were kind of getting like hit this wave. You go further and you take an additional. I didn't roll crazy on that. You take a total of 31 from that impact. Okay. So go ahead and roll your d6, and hopefully you can d6 it in.
No, just a 1.
Understood. So still roll your hit dice to recover some there from that, but it's just like a thing as, and we'll say just for the flavor of that, since you're the one who attacked, maybe we'll say that your failure there was her, like, she might have kicked your leg a little to send you, further into it. And she says, oh, you know what? I actually need to roll for the other two. Bloodstar is fine on both. And Captain Eldritch had a nat 20, so basically they're kind of in the back row. It is actually the turn of your allies now. So as Armament slams into this, as Teleportia and Lumen get this like this waves of this black hole that she still is in control of, but now you're like, ooh, we don't want to hit her so much. And then Beowulf is just standing where he is. It is going to be the turns of Bloodstar and Captain Eldritch. Bloodstar. You know what? Bloodstar's going to do something. Bloodstar is going to use suppressive fire. So Bloodstar is going to basically be shooting at her in such a way that it doesn't damage her. It just it gives her disadvantage on all her stuff, provided he can sort of roll high enough and she does the thing. So, yeah, Bloodstar, well, I guess I should give her a chance to... Nope. He rolls an 18 and she rolls a 4. So yeah. So basically Bloodstar suddenly is like shooting, and for a moment, you guys might be like, maybe you don't shoot her, but you notice that Bloodstar is actually not shooting her. He's shooting like all around her. He's just kind of trying to keep her dazed, keep her confused, and she's, kind of like pointing at dark matter drones to go after him. Captain Eldritch is going to say, I think I have an idea, but we're going to need a little more time, which means I'm going to need all of you to have a little more power. Give me a few moments, as in, give me 2 pages of this comic book, which is what we call rounds in this. Your turns are panels and the things are paid. Give me 2 pages. And she says, but to help you with that, she casts Eldritch Heroes on you all, giving you all a second set of hero dice.
Ooh!
As she's done
Well
before.
then.
I will tell you, though, that this is technically a concentration spell for her. Wait, shoot. Is it? It's a 9th level spell. I'm not sure if it's concentration. No, it's not. She just gives it to you. That's fine. Okay, cool. So she does have so you're not going to lose these, but I would still use them because you don't, they're gone in like a minute or something either way.
If
Cool.
we don't use them, we lose them.
Yeah, you use them. Yeah, you use them or lose them. So there we go. So that is going to be her turn. At the end of her turn, Star Shadow is going to use another legendary action. This time, sort of shooting she's going to try to, like, stop Bloodstar's, stop Bloodstar from doing his shenanigans. But she rolls a disadvantage, and she still hits him. So actually, Bloodstar, I'm almost saying that he's, like, doing a concentration roll to mess with her, but she just, like, hit him. I'll have him roll to maintain concentration on shooting his guns. Good.
So my portal, even though that's a reaction, is it only a reaction towards me, or could it be towards anyone?
That's a very good point. I would let you do it on someone else's behalf if you'd like to.
Okay.
You are spending your reaction, so you wouldn't be able to do it, But also, I think it's about to be your turn, so yeah, makes sense. You're gonna try to do it for him?
Yeah.
Go ahead and make. I'll say that for somebody else, it actually will take some. You'll have to.
Use my D4 hero dice.
You can use your D4. Go ahead and roll your D4 dice. I'm going to ask you to make a portals roll, which is you get a +9 to those. So
Okay.
if you'd like to roll your D4 to get advantage on it, you can.
Yes.
Cool.
That's a 3. All right, and then. That's 25.
25.
Yeah.
25 will be enough for you to make a little portal right in front of him, so that as that warp beam goes through, or as her darkness beam rather goes through, it flies off harmlessly, and he can keep shooting around her to keep her sort of dazed and confused. Teleportia, it is now your turn.
So a part of me is kind of freaking out because of the whole force thing, and even though I use the force, like, I potentially.
Sure.
Lowercase f.
Yeah, lowercase f. I kind of want to start a portal to. Could I like talk to Lumen to see if she wants out away from the hole? Like, I want to try to get.
You don't have to talk to her. She does not want to be near
Okay. All
the
right.
black hole.
Then I'm gonna.
Something from which light cannot escape.
Yeah, there's no world.
As like the light from her glow overhead is like bending towards.
Yeah. No. All right. I'm gonna get a portal and try to try to move her a little bit further back so that she can be safe out of the area.
Okay. I will tell you that Armament is further up in it and is in a worse situation. I mean, he may be like, don't worry about me, just go on and do whatever, you know.
I will do a hero 8 to do both.
All right, I love it. You're gonna try to
Excellent.
get everyone out of there. Okay, so
I want everyone
roll your
safe.
roll your hero d8.
That's a 7. Why?
So close. All right, so you do get 2 turns here. So I need you to
Okay.
make 2 rolls in
Okay.
which you are going to sort of use. It's a +9. You're basically using your portal's power. So the first one, this is for Lumen. The DC on this is a little lower because she's further back.
Okay, so that one is 14.
14. You begin to sort of try to create a portal, and there is something about being in this area that the warp of it is like messing with your portals. It was one thing doing it. If you wanted to add a die on top of that, you could.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Which die?
I
would
have
you
all
use?
these extras now.
Yeah, we do have a lot of extras. You have 2 of each right now, which is a nice situation.
Shoot.
It's a
I will
complicated thing.
use one of my d10s.
All right, throw a d10 on it. And Lumen, you're gonna be up after this.
It's a 10.
It's a 10. So congratulations, you turn it into a 24, and you easily move Lumen away. Kind of
Yay.
Lumen, you get sort of dumped kind of back where Beowulf is, and suddenly the intensity of that is less. Now for Armament, you do think you're gonna need a higher roll to get him out of there.
That one's a 24.
A 24 to move Armament will do it. You manage to create a thing. And it's kind of, now that you've done it once and you dug deep and figured it out, you kind of put the portal over Lumen, you pulled her out, and then for Armament, you're like, I get the trick, and so you and Armament, sure enough, you are pulled out of that thing. I'll say that Lumen, you're able to kind of just like, you stagger back by Beowulf. Armament, would you make a dexterity saving throw?
There is nothing I would rather do more right now.
Great.
Well, so I
Nothing?
got 12 total, but that was also a natural 1.
Okay.
That's fine, whatever, yeah.
I didn't quite realize your dex save was that high. So we'll say that despite you like landing awkwardly, you do stay on your feet. Also, you can fly, so you got a lot going on there. The point is,
Yeah.
you're sort of pulled out and you're like, "Ugh," but it doesn't look pretty, but you're not like prone or anything. You're kind of just like,
Okay.
you're, whatever. You don't twist an ankle. You're okay. And with that, Teleportia's turn ends. Lumen, it is your turn.
All right, so I want to use a whole set of dice
Okay.
or any applicable ones. I don't think I need to do the d20 right now or anything,
Okay.
but
So yeah, okay, so I guess
Alright.
roll your D8 if you're trying to give yourself an extra action.
yep, that is a 1. So I
Okay,
don't
so
get
you have
that.
2 actions this turn.
I'd like to increase damage. I guess I should roll first to see.
I'd roll to make sure you're on. I guess roll a D4 to see for this first attack if it's if you have advantage.
That's a 4.
Okay, so you'll get advantage. You can re-roll that one. So go ahead and roll. Are you attacking? What are you doing?
Yes, two Volo blasts.
2 Volo blasts. Okay, cool. So your first Volo blast, you have advantage on the roll.
That is 26.
26 will hit.
Three. $16 plus 6, so 22.
22 points of damage. As the light goes through Star Shadow, you notice a sort of strange thing happening sort of with her sort of dark matter armor. But the first time nothing happens and she takes 22 and everything's rough. Okay.
What's the strange thing?
it didn't it seemed like the armor was like almost gonna dissipate it, but you just like she's kind of so distracted she just got hit with that, and it seemed like she was affected by it as per normal. Make your second attack.
Oh, and I want to roll the one to make the dice higher.
Sure. Oh, on that attack or your next one?
Next one.
Cool. So roll. Are you gonna do your D4 again?
Oh yeah.
So roll your D4.
That's a 3. I don't
So
get it.
you don't get it back, but you have advantage on this shot.
I have, yeah. Then the 12 now, or
You can. So yeah, roll the D12.
12.
12 for real.
Yeah, for real, for real.
Okay, so roll 3d20. I mean, you can still roll all ones on it, but
Wait, this is for the bonus to attack I rolled?
no, you roll 3d. So rather than 3d10, you're rolling 3d20.
Oh yeah, but I didn't even roll the thing yet to see if I hit.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, roll
Yeah,
to
be
hit.
confused.
You roll 2d20s to see if you hit. Sorry.
Okay, so that is a 25.
A 25 hits. So yeah, roll 3d20 and add 6.
Okay, so that is 13 plus 15 plus 9. Shit. 13 plus 15 plus 9 plus 6.
Okay, so it's 9 plus 6 is 15, so 15 plus 15 is 30, plus 13 is 43. Not bad. And you know what? That's enough damage. She's gonna have to roll to maintain concentration. Uh-oh. So you once again smack her, and everyone please make a Constitution saving throw. As once again, you will feel this like warping energy.
24.
24. Great.
We'll throw a D10 on top of that.
Love it. Teleportia.
22.
22. Great. Beowulf.
Let's throw this D10 on top of it. 27 now.
27. Okay. Armament.
16, baby.
16. Armament, you take 12 points of damage, and you're pulled 10 feet back right immediately towards it. The rest of you all take 6.
I will just use this opportunity to spend the D6, the extra D6 I have too.
Totally.
I will spend my extra D6 as well.
Love it.
Roll 6.
Hey, nice.
So that's 4 hit die. I roll 4 hit dice.
I think so.
6.
I haven't looked at this in a
It's
minute.
6, right?
I can't remember. I think it's 2
let
and then
me look
4.
at the thing.
That was 2 to 6.
You roll 6, yes.
6
Of your hit
D20,
dice.
baby.
Yeah, there you go. Great. So you just pulling forward. The rest of you only take 5. You guys are okay.
No, I'm
Teleportation.
gonna use a D6 also.
Sure.
This is.
Yeah, you're. This is being rough on you. And don't forget the extra 5. You had 5. Subtract 5 from some damage you've taken since your turn had started. You know, if you hadn't done that, you get 5 temporary hit points from Beowulf at the beginning of each of your turns. So lose 5 off of something somewhere in there. Okay.
Okay.
But that will end Lumen's turn. At the end of Lumen's turn, so Armament, you're once again like, oh, this is rough. This is pulling you forward. The end of Lumen's turn, she will take another legendary action. Man, this Bloodstar's ruin her day. She'll go for him again, actually. Does not hit. Bloodstar laughs. He's like, yeah, right. Hey, come on, magic lady. Get something going here. Let's hurry this up. Also, he does not get pulled forward, and Captain Eldritch does. Yikes. Okay. We said that's not concentration, but that's distracting her from her important work. Okay. Cool. Armament, it is your official real turn.
Great. I got 5 hit points back.
Yeah, baby.
Can I fly to her?
You can.
Can I try to hit her?
You can.
All right. 2 attacks coming in. Ha. Where is that other D4? No. All right. Cool. We'll just do you and you. All right. Here we go.
As you sort of, I will say that as you're flying up to her, you don't have to do this, but as you're doing this, she kind of like looks up and she says, "Are you sure you want me to lose control? I'm being very distracted right now." She kind of like gestures to the black hole.
You put it away, we won't have to argue any further.
Oh, it's much too late for that, dear.
Well, that's a 20 and a 22.
The 20 does not hit, the 22 does.
All right.
Her armor class might be 22. Let's not worry about it. He got it right there on the very first one.
That is 12 points.
All right.
How is she looking?
She doesn't look like she's probably like around bloodied, maybe a little bit to the bloodied point. She looks like she could take a fair bit more.
All right, in that case, I'll just spend my other D8.
Sure. Smoke them while you got them. That's what I always
That
say.
is not an 8, so I only get one more set of attacks.
All right. Make them.
Yeah, 26 and 28, so.
Go ahead. And as you roll that damage,
18 plus 31.
that's from two separate things, right?
Yes.
Cool. All right. Yeah, that's a good bit. All right. So as you're just stabbing into her, she kind of like gestures, and finally they started moving, and none of you were paying attention because you guys have been moving so fast. But now there's panels of just dark matter drones are kind of like moving forward and like striking down at some of you guys. For ease of this, I'm going to say everyone's just going to get one. Lumen, does a 19 hit your armor class?
Yes, but I do barrier of light.
You'll barrier of light, and it doesn't. Armament, I assume a 15 does not hit your armor class.
Not hit.
Man, what's that like?
Does a 21 hit your armor class?
Does.
It does. Okay. You are zapped for 10 of like dark matter kind of in the back. Teleportia, does, I assume, a 23 hits your armor class? You can't. You haven't used your reaction, so you could redirect this if you wanted to, I suppose.
Ooh, yeah, I'm gonna do that.
And you go ahead and make your roll with your +9, your thing.
That is a, oh god, 24.
A 24 beats their 23, so you do in
Yay!
fact send it away, and it just kind of. Are you trying to send it anywhere? Or are you just letting it kind of hit the ceiling, just out of harm's way?
I'll let it hit one of the other drones.
Okay.
To at least take one of them out.
It does not hit the other drone. They rolled much lower on that attack. It just kind of, but you direct it back,
What?
and there's some craziness.
But it could be like it hit them, and then they were just like, what's up, bro?
Hey.
And then like they start hitting each other, like they're like.
So dissension in the ranks, exactly. Beowulf, it is your turn once again.
Well, actually, at the end of Armament's turn, I'm going to spend my extra D20.
Yay!
Well,
So I'm just going to take 2 turns in a row regardless.
The others just took us, so you're technically doing this at the end of. I already just did a turn of dark matter drones, so you're doing it at the end of their turn. This is in case you roll a nat 20 and you're getting
Okay,
multiple
sure.
turns. It's got to be in the right place.
I did not, so that's
Okay.
fine. Okay. I'm take my greatsword and try to do the good Lord's work.
All right.
So first attack is a natural 20.
Uh-oh.
So I will spend my D20 or my D12 rather.
Your D12. Love it.
It is not a 12.
Even so,
But these become 3D20 damage.
it does become 3d20
Oh,
damage.
shit.
Yep, it's true.
Um,
3d20 plus 5.
but I am still me, guys. So just remember.
Oh, but since you've crit, it's actually so it's
Yeah, it's 60.
It's 65
Oh.
plus 3d20.
That's gonna mitigate these rolls pretty heavily. Because there's a 1 and a 2 on 2 of these.
Okay.
So altogether, I rolled 18 on 3d20. So that's 78 plus 5, 82, 83 points. So that's the first attack.
Okay, that's gonna be. She can't. I mean, there's no point in rolling. So in response to your first attack, everyone make a Constitution saving throw. Actually, I'm gonna roll a different thing because that might be a. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Go ahead and roll your cons, everybody.
Man,
I'm gonna roll my other D4.
You may to give yourself advantage. Makes sense.
that's another natural 20, so 33.
That's a
For your
4.
con save, or this is your attack.
The con.
So basically, Payoff, if you
Fortunately.
strike her and she's okay, cool.
21.
21. Okay.
I'm spending a D4 for advantage on this.
Love it.
That is not a 4.
Sad world.
Right.
Oh, but that's great because one was a 2 and the other one was a 19.
Oh,
so
that'll be helpful.
27.
27. Teleportia.
21.
21. You're all over 20, so that's very good news. Let's see how your fellow heroes are doing. Bloodstar. Captain Eldritch is over 20. All right. Bloodstar gets pulled away. So basically, the force of this is much more like explosive and concussive of this sort of, or I guess implosive rather, as you're like you're feeling like bones scraping together as you're like kind of being pulled in a weird way, and it's like your ears popping. It's a really it's like a thing. Meanwhile, that the black hole, it seems to be getting bigger at this point. Tiles are getting ripped up. The fountain that it's over is getting pulled into it. She has really lost a lot of control over this. From that one big hit. Oh no, that is so many sixes. Yeah?
Could I put like a portal in front of the black hole to potentially save anyone that goes near the black hole?
And I feel bad about this because I recommended you do it, but you have used your reaction to make portals now. You use that to avoid the one.
Can I use my D20 extra turn to
do it? It's still technically, as Beowulf hasn't even taken his second attack yet. Beowulf, how do you feel about a nested turn inside of this for you?
I mean, it's fine with me.
All right.
It feels like it's like a bad precedent for us to set in terms of how complicated these combats can get.
Yeah, I think that's true. Actually, I think that's.
Come
true.
on, I make portals.
I'll tell you what we'll do.
I think you should save your portal energy to figure out if you can portal a black hole, because it's gonna go out of control when we take
the black hole. The black hole is basically now out of control. Okay, so I also rolled really high on this. I'm very sorry, guys. So I think there may be people who are going to be in some danger, but you still have your heroic fortitude. You all are going to be taking half of this. You all succeeded, so you're not taking 45. You're all taking 22.
That's not so bad.
Well,
That's all
maybe
right.
don't.
Relax.
Maybe speak for your. There's.
Yeah.
I think you have some people who are about to drop to 0 here. In the party.
22, you said?
Yes, 22 points of damage. Oh yeah, that's okay. Teleportia, that's pretty rough.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys, but you all succeed under that. Bloodstar, however, is taking the full.
He's fine.
He thrives on the pain.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Finally alive. Now the outside of me feels like the inside of me.
Oh my god.
Cool. Okay.
Weirdly crushing.
Yeah, crushing and dark and sucking. Okay.
Can I take my second attack now?
You may take your second attack. Sure, you can take your second attack.
Okay. I miss. So I'm gonna spend my D8 to take another action.
Great.
It's a 7.
Okay.
Fortunate.
You get 2 more strikes.
All right. Next attack. It's a 20.
Misses.
So I will miss. And I will take my final attack. I'll spend my D4 to see if I get advantage. It's not a 4, but that is the last of my Captain Eldridge granted dice.
Burn through them all. Love it. Okay.
That is it's a 22. That's a 22. 13 plus 9.
13 plus 9 is 22.
All right, so let's just go ahead and do some D12s worth of damage here.
Yeah, 3d12 plus 5. You're still hit here.
Yeah. 26 points of damage.
Okay, that's a good number of points. Yeah, she is definitely looking she's looking pretty rough. Teleportia, did you want to use an action here to try to like do some teleportal nonsense? Did you want to spend your d20, or now that the damage is done, do you just want to let things proceed?
I feel like I have to do something to try to defend this.
Sure thing.
I'm afraid of it.
Go ahead.
The force is unsettled in me.
The force
like,
unsettled in you, and I know you're getting down there in terms of hit points.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna use the yes, the D20.
So roll that d20.
I don't get it back.
Don't get it back. Or you don't get it forever is what this one is. Yeah.
Yes.
So go for it.
What's the best thing to do though? Like, shit. I'm definitely gonna try to help.
All
Who
right.
is it?
I'll tell you what, Teleportia. As you're thinking this over, I'm gonna let you on this little bonus turn you're doing. Why don't you make? It is not one of your major areas of expertise, but I'm gonna let you do an investigation instead of a science. So make an investigation roll. You are not an expert on science, but you must have started to study some sort of like, space-time continuum theory stuff here or there.
Especially once when I got the galactic force. Yeah.
You did have some galactic force. Yeah, go ahead and make it just an investigation, so you have a +5.
Okay. That is not nat 20.
No, a 20, understood. So, as you're sort of looking at this, you do wonder if what you could maybe try to do with this extra turn you're sort of jumping into is to try to, create a couple of portals around this thing that are just like directing the energy into it, because your buddy Captain Eldritch, she asked you guys to buy her time. She asked for 2 full rounds, but she's not going to get 2 rounds at this point. But if you want to try to buy her a little time, you could try to make some portals to contain just so that just like it's basic. What you want is for this thing to just suck itself like off. No, you want this thing to
Yeah, baby, that's the kind of game I'm here for.
You want the black hole to just.
Then it'll be too tired to do anything later. So
Exactly.
I think that is the right.
Yeah, you want the black hole to like bend around itself so it's
Just get sleepy. We just wanted the black hole to get sleepy.
Okay.
You know?
Good lord. So in order to do this
Post-nut nap.
teleportation.
So then, should I do the insta portal holes?
Yes, you can
You
make.
think?
I can finally
We're in
use
Florida,
it.
right? There's probably a novelty cigarette big enough for a black hole somewhere on this.
This somewhere, but you guys are in a really
Um,
classy. You guys are in a really classy mall. But yes,
That's
you
right.
can.
We,
you
that's
can
right.
bonus
Sinatra's on the
action-
radio, not Buffett.
You bonus action create some insta portal holes, and you can you can try to put portals on those that might do it. You'll need a fairly high roll to do this, and sort of it'll also be like the higher you can go, the better. So this might be a situation where after you make this roll, you might want to dump any extra dice you have just on top of it. Like this is a thing where like getting into the 30s or 40s would be great. Go ahead and make so first roll your d20, and you'll add 9, and then you can add some stuff to it if you want to.
Yes, I will use my 12, my 8,
Okay.
my 10, and my... What's this one? 12? I already said 12, right?
You do have 2 of all of them at the moment. You did say 12,
Okay.
but you have 2 of them at the moment. 'cause
Alright,
of the
alright,
bonuses
alright.
she gave, Yeah.
13, okay.
13 on the
Okay.
d20.
Yes.
Okay, so you're already at a 22. So at a 22, you're going to be able to do something to sort of slow this process.
Yes.
But now just roll everything on top of it and see how high you can go. I really hope
Alright.
it hits a 49. That would be really fun.
31,
31.
31, 40, 44,
Oh?
Wow. 54.
Yeah.
54.
Whew.
So Teleportia is basically like kind of like Captain Eldritch, who's like, just like like Captain Eldritch is clearly like doing some kind of magical shenanigans. So Teleportia, you you throw these teleportals around your insta portal holes, and you do those, and even though the fabric in those should shred because you've placed portals directly onto them, it is holding in this strange kind of like gravitational like thing, and it is keeping this in a stasis moment for now. It is not getting bigger, and even as it expands, it just expands back into itself. And upon doing this, kind of just starts, she was just, no. And she's going to try to like throw something at you to try to stop this, but Bloodstar, despite getting how bad he got hit, actually I should roll for him. Bloodstar rolls a 19 on that. I'm going to say that even though he took all that stuff, Bloodstar is still like, just like shooting back at her. I'm going to give her disadvantage on this against you, Teleportia. Cattail.
Yeah.
That's a really good disadvantage because she rolled a 19 and a 2. So she sort of tries to fire some stuff, but just can't. Beowulf, it's your turn.
Okay. Okay. I want to. These are going to be my attacks. But basically, I would like to pick her up and throw her into the black hole that she keeps trying to pull us all into.
Okay.
You're trying to create other timelines and universes now, and that's not.
All right, you can.
This is not going to end well.
I mean, sorry. If I will, this will change if like all the portals are like creating like a basically a barrier.
No, they are not. You could certainly throw her through a thing. You could make this is one will be a grapple and the second will be a toss in this case.
Okay.
Go ahead and make your grapple on her.
Okay. We're gonna use a D4 to get advantage.
Yeah.
Do not get it back.
Okay.
But athletics check. God, that's bad. 22.
22 will still be able to beat her. She didn't roll amazing. She only got a 20. Okay. I will say that as you grab hold of her, it's like physical stuff wouldn't do, but essentially like literally grabbing her. You're gonna take 4 damage just of like dark matter on your hands or whatever, kind of like warping, kind of feel weird. As you do that, and you're preparing to like toss her, and she's saying no. All right, what is everybody's passive insight in this group? What is everybody's insight modifier?
+1, baby.
Perfect.
10.
10, 5. Lumen, you can tell by body language so because here's the situation. Armament and Teleportia is busy. Armament is he's just like, gotta stab her with a spear some more. Captain Eldritch is focused on something else. Bloodstar genuinely wouldn't care. But Lumen, you do understand that Beowulf's plan... Oh, shit! Oh, but this is dramatic, so great. So Beowulf's planning to throw this person into a black hole. To basically, yes, she's a person who creates darkness. His plan is to throw her into darkness, which, as you know, no light can escape from. She'll be crushed. She'll be, become smaller than an atom and maybe go out on the other side. She seems to think she'll go to the other side. But Beowulf, doing this, by all accounts, the heroes of Topflight typically frown on things like this that seem murdery. It's not a for sure murder situation. But it's a...
I've already granted you the caveat to not collect her armored head.
Yeah. And Lumen, you with your science cosmos of +18, you know what? Make a free roll of that, free reaction roll of that in this moment. So Beowulf, all your turns are getting broken up between your 2 attacks.
Yeah, it's more dramatic.
Yeah.
Like I'm a big splash panel with like Lumen's face in like multiple smaller panels in it.
I want the darkness to be destroyed.
Said Science Cosmos?
Science Cosmos.
16 plus 8, 24.
The 24. With the 24, you do think this is armor she's created means this is not a for sure death sentence for her, but you might be trapping her in like a total empty void she could never escape from, which some might say is a fate worse than death. But also, she is a creature of darkness, so you may do as you wish here. But you are the only one who's noticing this. That's all the context you have. It's not a for sure kill, you know. Perhaps, you know, if you don't throw her in here, will she just keep making these again? You know, you just don't know. Her power is surging. It's a difficult situation.
What to do something about it? I would have to throw a die, or no?
No, you would if you wanted to, you could say to Beowulf, maybe don't toss her in, or whatever.
Oh, then yes, Lumen will shout, "No, don't do that."
Okay, gotcha.
Okay. I'm not going to respond to Lumen, but I will acknowledge. I will nod. I guess then, if I can, I'm pretty strong. I got a pretty big brawn factor here. Decent enough. I'm just going to try to jump instead of tossing her with it. Can I basically jump up and then just kind of body slam her into the ground instead of for my second attack instead of a throw?
Sure.
From
Go
the
ahead.
top rope.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Do a.
Because I can jump I don't know, 100 feet up into the air.
Yeah, you can. For a thing. It's an unarmed strike basically.
Unarmed strike, sure. Yeah. Natural 20.
Okay, so that'll be 18 plus. That'll be 23 plus 3d6, unless you decide to d12 it again.
It's so rare that I do this, so yes, I will.
Yeah, so roll your
it's
D12.
so rare that I get crits.
Yeah.
Okay, so those will go up to d8s.
So it's 29 plus. 29 plus 3d8.
16. So that's 39. That's 45 plus. So 50. Or did you count? Yeah, 50. Because that's with my strength added, right?
Yeah. So. Okay. So with that, she is out cold. There is now no containment on this. The only thing holding this together is Teleportia. I'm on the behalf of this because it's going and because Teleportia is because it is being held together now. I'm gonna say it's going, but Teleportia's got it. So there's this little stopgap moment.
Teleportia's in full mode.
I'm actually going to do something I almost never do, in a nice way. I really should have had her do a thing, but honestly, you guys were hitting her so hard, it was she was in trouble. I'm going to spend a hero d20 on behalf of the set I have for good guy NPCs.
Oh, okay.
Don't really need to roll it. At which point, because she needed to, you couldn't even give her 2 fucking pages.
Well, I want to ask a question about that, Philip.
Yeah.
Do you think does time?
Has
Do we
that ever
compress
happened?
time when we use the d20, or because I just feel like we're just?
Yeah.
I feel like we gave her 2 pages with all the amount of extra turns we took.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Point is, Captain Eldritch is she just needed 12 seconds. So basically, Captain Eldritch is her first turn is she's going to do she's going to take 2 turns in a row because her turn comes after this. The first one, she will be doing a bit of sort of divination of divining some things. We'll say that's good enough. The second turn, upon her sort of having figured out a place, and she will say, very well. I think this is the best option. She will use her other 9th level slot. She's got 2. That's right. To cast a gate. And as she does she creates a gate sort of near and around and says to Teleportia, push it. Oh, wait. Push it
real good.
Push it real good. Teleportia, could you make one last thing with your abilities to try to roll this black hole with all your sort of things through the gate that she's holding?
How's an 18?
An 18 is getting through the gate, but not all the way there. Have you used all your dice? You're out of everything?
No, I still have my regular dice, not ones that...
If you wanted to throw some of those on top, you could. You don't have to, but you're welcome to.
You know what? Yeah, I'll do the
Okay.
12.
Be a hero, Teleportia.
Yeah. 28 now.
With a 28. Great. So Teleportia, this is a good thing because basically you needed a 20 for this to be like okay, you needed a 30 for you to do it yourself. So you haven't. So basically Teleportia like shoves it almost like push it, kind of just like is moving this, but like it is a lot of energy, and as you're trying to like warp space and time, and all of you for the first time you're all just feeling like the warp that Teleportia is putting into things. It almost feels like that black hole as you're all sort of getting up, and Teleportia's like getting it, and Captain Eldritch is straining like further, and she's trying to do it, and the rest of you are like, I guess you're kind of, like Lumen, you're sort of reeling from your kind of emotional thing you told Beowulf, you're still holding down the woman armament, you're still like moving in to like, finish the job on her if necessary. Teleportia, you're trying to push it through it, it's just like, it's not quite through the gate, but then on his turn, Bloodstar will say, come on. And kind of because she's now unconscious and certain things are ending and the black hole's going away, he manually slaps forward all of his guns and shoots the black hole a bunch. And that just gives him just enough to tip it through. And with that, she closes the gate, and suddenly the dark matter drones dissipate. Everything looks normal. The people on the ground begin to like stir. You have done it.
I will like stand over Bloodstar or I'll stand over
Star Shadow.
Like,
I'm sorry, it's
Star
two
Shadow.
Star people. I know.
Thank you.
I know.
I'll stand over Star Shadow, and I'll pull up the short sword, and I look to Armament, who I think is probably the closest person. I say like, so no head, no arm. What do you collect for trophy to prove that? For your trophy to prove that we have done this thing.
Bring him in alive.
Bring alive.
I'm gonna try and calm.
You're gonna try to calm, yeah. Perfect Armament. So as you calm, you hear a familiar voice on the end. Armament. It appears that you have emerged victorious.
Yeah, we were able to. We were able to get the job done.
Perfect. It appears that the individual I brought out for testing is now recovering from their stasis. Is that true of everyone within Toucan Beach?
Yeah, it looks like most people here are starting to, get back to sorts.
Wonderful.
What is any? Did we miss anything while we were in here? Is there anything else? What's been happening?
I've been monitoring various communications. It seems like things on Null Island are as predictably stupid as we expected them to be. But what can one do? There are a few other reports of power surges and related activities, but nothing too major has happened in the last few hours. If you'd like to come back to base camp, have you captured Star Shadow?
Yeah, we have her.
The Fiat members on site here. We will come to you. And basically, very shortly thereafter, like a Fiat sort of cruiser thing is kind of like flying over. Yes, Lumen?
Well, does she look any different now that all this stuff is kind of gone, or does she?
Her armor is gone, so she's wearing like her classic costume. She does, however, look different because there is like a general aura of like dark matter that's like flowing off of her. So like the surge has still happened, but unconscious, it's not doing a thing.
What about the area around us?
The area around you is basically returning to normal. There's light and color, and you guys are like, this is an outdoor space and stuff. People are groggily getting up, all the stasis people, so it looks like knocking her out she was like generating this field, and when she went unconscious, the field began to sort of go away. Clearly she was channeling some stuff, doing some big stuff, but you guys have, in typical superhero thing, you did the one thing and everything's fine now.
Well, I'll just go like check and like help people to their feet, all that, like make sure everyone's like
Lumen will be doing that
for
too.
sure.
Heroes doing heroes shit.
I guess, can I find like some like metal signpost or something and bend that around her?
Not a problem. And honestly, halfway through you doing that, as at this point a little thing lands and Synth Devil sort of floats off and sees Beowulf and says, because I think Synth Devil left when there was still Findon, right?
Oh yeah.
And says, "Where is Findon?"
Do I forget this. As Beowulf, do I have any concept of Findon?
You understand there was like a guy called Findon. Yes, you do get what happened. You don't know all his memories. You know who all these people are roughly.
Okay.
Like you know they're heroes. This devil looks familiar to you.
Yeah. Okay. I am here in his stead now. To quench the evil that he could not.
Oh no, did he power surge?
Maybe.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
How fascinating. He kind of goes over and starts looking at Beowulf like, most fascinating indeed.
This is not an evil creature. I should not slay this one.
No,
No.
don't
I
slay
only
it.
want
No.
to help. Captain Eldritch will kind of look around and say, okay, the gate is closed. The gate is closed. I think everything's all right. Good work, she'll say to Teleportia. It's always fun when science and magic can... Oh no, okay. Yeah, Teleportia's like, oh, thank you. Falling over. Some Fiat agents will like come and like help sit you down, Teleportia. They're sort of here. Also, Fiat agents come over. You know how like in all superhero movies, there's like some kind of standard power negating cuffs they've always got? Well, they bring those over there for Star Shadow, and it clearly they're needing the serious ones for her because her power is increased. But
Yeah. So.
Whoa, hold on then.
What?
Why don't we have those? Like, why don't we just start off with that?
Oh, you have to beat her first.
Yeah.
You can't. Yeah, those one of the qualities of those things is can only be put on an unconscious creature. Yeah.
Like a creature can only be used on a creature whose will has been broken by being defeated.
Exactly.
Okay, alright.
Can we create something that will keep them unconscious, like basically keep them in a sleep without putting them in a medically induced coma for weird reasons? Like,
are you asking a Fiat member that, or are you just wondering?
sure, yeah. I mean,
A Fiat member will sort of say, you talk to some Fiat person and she's like, God, why isn't Rena getting back to me? Sorry, what's your question? Oh, Lumen, it's so cool to meet you. Hi. Yes, so
yeah.
we do have devices to keep them in sort of sleep, and we'll probably do that until they're transferred to one of our sort of prisons, but it's actually like, we don't keep people just unconscious for long periods of time unless they're like a Z level threat. For people like this, she'll just be in a power, a power suppressing cell, and she'll just be held there.
sorry, so what is a Z level threat if a being who can conjure a dark black hole that sucks everything around it into oblivion is not a Z?
Oh, it's generally classified. Okay. Oh no! Watch your head. There we go. Okay, we're good.
From
Bye,
us?
guys.
Yeah, from us too?
Oh, I'm so sorry. No, from me. I'm sure you. Yeah. Okay. And she just moves. Yeah.
Who do we talk to?
Does she have a manager?
Since Devil says,
I understand. The Z-level threat is not even so much about what it is they can do. It is more about if their powers can be suppressed while they are conscious. Certain beings who might not even be able to destroy the world have disruptive, dangerous powers that, as long as they are awake, no means of suppression we have would stop them. So we have to keep them on the sheet and pillowcase show. Do you get it?
I do not.
I don't either. Actually,
Oh.
is it a technologically advanced sheet and pillowcase?
I get it, but I'm not going to explain it.
So as
None of that came through.
We heard none of what you said.
Whisper actually whispered that.
Whisper, okay, yeah, quietly whispers like, I get it, but I'm not going to explain it. So as we sort of, yeah, go ahead, Beowulf.
Oh. The battle is over, yes. In my time, we now would feast and drink. Shall we do this? I believe over near where we fought the toucan, I saw many drinks.
We can definitely feast and drink, though. I don't know that the toucan place will just be up and running and open for business immediately.
I have to say that I don't feel like feasting is a good activity, but I don't mind drinking. Intensity.
Look, yeah, we certainly won the battle, but we need to make sure that there are no other imminent threats.
No, he's right. Tell you what, we'll get a couple bottles for the road. There's still people out there dying, power searches, threatening innocence. More friends we have to make hard choices about killing.
As he's kind of monologuing, this synth devil comes over and says,
It was fortuitous that Bloodstar arrived. We do need another member for our team. Do you think he's a good fit? It seems he did help you, from what I can understand.
I do not.
Thank you, new guy. Noted.
Based off of my momentary observations of these three dispositions, they seem counter to
Well, it is by no means...
I enjoy him, but
by no means
they seem to
a
also have
logical
problems
choice.
with killing.
I'm simply saying we need a seventh.
Is there a way of instituting new guidelines in our recruitment process about hygiene levels?
If you'd like me
I
to put a
feel-
hygiene requirement on recruitment,
More like a minimum, just a bare minimum.
I love the idea of this because it means that the Hoboken Witch will not be on the team. Because she is a very, very dirty woman.
But yes, you should never trust a witch. Almost killed them all on sight.
I would think she'd have to wash her hands before any potions she makes. Is that not?
Knowing her, if I've ever touched her hand, she'll never wash it again.
he kind of just moves aside.
Oh, then you certainly shouldn't touch her.
Indeed.
Have another one of
Try
them.
to get that through her skull.
So as he's sort of thinking on this, Captain Eldridge will say,
Yes, absolutely. Not Bloodstar.
I mean,
but
he would just be more amenable to like better hygiene practices. I would be open to the conversation.
but as you guys are doing this, so sort of synth devil will say,
As you suggest, however, Armament, there is no rest for the good. No rest for heroes. We have other matters we could attend to, and I know that you had trepidations about me going after hellish energy, but the situation in the United Kingdom seems to have escalated with Baskerville.
Well, let's hop on the sauce and get to it then.
I love it. To top sauce.
What? Why? How? I do not understand how the sauce will help us.
It's our vehicle, Beowulf.
You travel by sauce in this time. This is a very
We'll
strange
see.
time
You'll
indeed.
see.
so as you guys head to Sauce, Dan, my friend,
Yes.
could you do me a favor and roll a D100?
I would love to. Which one of you little babies are going to be good to me today? Why not you? Three.
So close. No further power surges happened today.
Damn it.
What?
And with that, as you guys head to Top Sauce.
Well-
Yeah, go ahead, Teleportia.
But before top sauce, I will also cheers to a drink with Beowulf, going like,
Sure.
we can take it to go.
Realistically, you guys are just grabbing a couple of bottles from like the
And
like
no one made
Hot.
the wall of like there's a cheesecake factory wall that's been totally blown up.
Whatever the Florida Din Tai Fung equivalent is.
Yeah, you could just grab a couple there and just move. Yeah.
Most definitely the sandwiches, yes.
Yeah.
Most definitely. the
So,
sandwiches.
with that, we finish out the first sort of mini arc of this, and we'll be back next month on the 3rd. So it's like not in 4 weeks, it will be whatever the 3rd Wednesday in August, in September. Guys, sometimes my
What's
brain.
time?
What is time? So yeah, on the 3rd Wednesday, we'll be back to see what happens with them in Scotland. But
Yes. Give
My
it to me.
friends.
Give me the sweet juice.
in a different Scotland, a totally unconnected Scotland. Next week,
Nothing's unconnected.
we-
Oh, I thought we were gonna have an epilogue real quick too.
Oh, sorry. There's not an epilogue this week.
Damn.
Well, should there be an epilogue?
It's the end of a mini arc.
Do you want to like go back to Argyle and now show us the destruction that we didn't know about? Feels like a good cliffhanger, right? For a mini arc.
I can show you. Well, I think things in Argyle might have progressed even just over the time of this. I'm going to make one roll. Sorry, everybody give me a second. Oh, dear. Okay, now I'm going to roll a natural... Okay, so that's a natural one. I'm going to roll 3 of my Haunted Mansion dice. Thanks for these, KJ.
Do you happen to need me to roll like a D13 or something?
Roll a D13. That's a funny idea. It's not going to do what you think, but roll a D13.
13.
13 for real?
13.
All right. We will have an epilogue there. Yeah. We cut back to a Top Beach staff member. We should name this person because she's coming up a lot now. Hadn't even named her last time. I should have named her before today because she was an option, not a thing, but whatever.
Eustace.
Yeah, isn't that a guy's name?
No.
No? I feel like it's one of those old ones that could go, I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's generally a male.
It's 2023. Philip.
Also, I've only ever heard
Anyone
of
can be
like
named whatever.
nuns named Eustace.
Fine, Eustacina.
Eustacia.
Eustacia. Okay.
So, we'll cut back to Eustacia. Eustacia. Oh, okay. In
Did it
Top
already.
Beach. One of the staff members in her like, I like the idea that your staff in Top Beach all are wearing like polos. Like
Oh, absolutely
this is
they are.
the super casual. It's the casual top. Like she's in her top.
No,
they're like-
a polo. Yeah.
It's like pastel,
Yeah.
pastel polos.
Pastel
Absolutely.
polos. Eustacia, sort of like makes her way through the Top Beach headquarters with a bit more like swagger. She's almost walking bow-legged, but then she'll sort of like come up to it, and she gets to a like a restricted area, like one of the computer rooms, and kind of says to herself, or sort of says, not in her own voice,
Well, I think this is what I'm looking for. Oh, one of these newfangled adding machines again. I know how to handle these.
and she kind of moves her hand, and a bunch of like you see this like spectral sort of like ghostly energy goes out of her hand and into the pad, and for a moment the pad has like ghost faces on it, and the door opens and she goes through. She starts to access the computers, and after a few moments says,
Oh. Here's what I'm after. Hello, synth devil. Let's see what kind of secrets you're hiding.
and then she begins to kind of look through all of this. I'm going to say that Synth Devil made some mistakes in programming these things. Synth Devil accounted for so many things. But there was a nat 1, and you just rolled a 13 for me, Dan. So basically, there's in the weird order of stuff, somehow ghost supersedes hell. I don't know what's going on. The point is, after a few moments,
Oh. Triple secure. Now that's more like it.
and she's got to do this, and then she like spits into a wastebasket just to like,
I need to get some chew. It's nice having a body again, even though I got these damn things in the way. All right, there. Tap, tap, tap.
But then at this point, sort of Eustacia will look up and go,
What the hell? What in the Sam hell? What the hell is the final?
and on that,
Okay.
Oh no.
We're gonna do this again? Oh.
We didn't even do it the first time. Someone
Yeah.
else did it for us.
You
Yeah,
stopped
I
at
don't,
the
think
final last time.
I don't think Whisper's gonna be willing to help the way that Dustin helped us.
So with that, we come to an end. As he's reading about an alternate reality where he did cooler stuff. Ooh, interesting. With that, we bring this to a close. We'll see you in a month, the third Wednesday, as we have another very exciting episode of this. But for a very different Scottish aperitif, Scottish delight, we're going to be back 1 week from tonight with a special Lost Lore Academia Study Abroad session to see what happens to Connor in... Hey, what country is Connor in?
Scotland.
Scotland. He's studying abroad in Scotland. Have I told you what school he's at in Scotland?
You mentioned it, I think, but I forgot.
Okay. I might be retconning it. I'll have to look back. I'm not sure if we did mention it, actually.
I think if you haven't told me anything, it would have been something you might have mentioned on stream.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Did we say it on stream? If it's on stream, maybe I'll keep it.
I don't know that we have.
I'm not sure I said it on stream.
You may have said it in the Discord, but I don't think you've said it on stream, and I don't think the Discord is canon.
The Discord is...
Other than the fact that it's where all the recaps live, that it's the literal canon.
Other than that, it's the absolute compendium of everything that's happened. The point is, next week we'll be joining for that. We're going to have Connor studying with some other people. KJ, you're not invited to that.
I will not take this slander. I was invited. I declined the invite. Thank you very much.
Well, that's true. But I think when I realized what it was, I also retracted. I think that's fair.
I declined it before you could retract it.
That's actually fair. If it is,
You didn't fire her. She quit, Philip. Deal with
this is this is a weird situation in which I would actually like to. This is a rare situation where I don't want to have invited her to something because it's bad and scary. So like I don't want to have asked her to do it, and if I did, it was wrong of me. But Fractal, if you want to play, we can talk about it. If you're around next Wednesday, it's going to be a weird thing. I'll tell you more about it off stream.
Yeah.
But going to be a really fun, interesting thing to see what happens to Connor. Does Connor get Medina'd? I don't know. We'll see what happens. Interesting stuff going on.
Yeah, because what I need right now is one more character in the Friday night game.
Yeah, that's true. On Friday, speaking of Friday, we do have a game on Friday. We'll be down a player or two, but we will be playing, seeing all of our crazy different threads being followed, and that I'm very excited about that. So join us at 7:30 on Friday. We do not have a dragon game this Sunday, but we'll be back a week from Sunday to see how things go with the fight that they thought was over, but it's not, because there's giants involved now. What's that about? Philip's weird.
Okay.
And then on Monday, we should be back with Third Time's the Charm.
Third time's the charm.
It's always a question, but we're here to have fun. And if not, maybe we'll do another chat about. We'll rank all the characters you've collected in Lost Lore Academia again.
My heart can't take it again.
Yeah, that was rough. We had a fun time with Sophia on Monday. And then on Tuesday at 4 p.m. we will be back with Strange Lore, where I strongly recommend. There's only been like 3 Strange Lore so far. This last one I think was like shifting.
Well,
stuff
you don't even have to watch the last one. It didn't happen.
You don't have to watch
just
the last
really,
one,
there's been
but
2.
also I would watch Strange Lore number 3. I mean, I'd watch they're a little shorter as well, but I strongly recommend check out Strange Lore. I think
in the future it will be referred to as the Lost episode.
No, I
It'll
don't
be like
see
the forgotten
it,
episode.
It won't be. That's what's interesting. It won't be. There's a lot going on there, and yet also by your logic, it could not be. They could half be that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So check it out. Join us on Tuesday at 4 for that. Go to our Discord to interact with us. Go to our wiki to read all about the cool stuff that Sophia's written up, cataloging all of this fun stuff. Go to our YouTube if you want to watch old episodes and you don't like this Twitch interface, which I get. And yeah, we'll see you in future things. Would anybody like to plug anything for their own channels and such?
first, thank you to Berninger for resubscribing.
Oh, thank you so much.
It's Berninger's 18-month anniversary. So, this
Wow.
child is,
My goodness.
probably has to say some words at this point, right? You can say words around 18 months, right? I don't know how it
Well,
works.
I don't know.
Yes,
I've never had
yes.
Well, it'd be 9 months, right? Because you give birth at the 9th month, so it'd be a 9-month-old.
Well, I assume that it was born.
So Pierce,
Yeah.
what Pierce is proposing, everyone, is that
Oh,
your first
I-
month is conception.
Well, yeah.
So in
because,
other words,
everyone
guys-
refers to it as a sub baby when you hit 9 months. That's a very common thing on Twitch.
Is
It's
that
crazy.
I don't know.
They call it a sub baby.
All right. So
Really?
in other words, they're okay. I won't say
That
that.
I
implies-
was talking at 9 months, so you're probably.
That implies the existence of something that we should go into now.
Yeah. Let's not get into when the soul begins. Anyway, welcome 18 months.
Well,
Great.
that implies that we have souls. So I've yet to find one. So
All right. Just Dan, please carry on.
My
for the love of God.
weakness is soul, so.
Your weakness is soul. Teleportia's weakness is soul damage. That's really true. Teleportia cannot handle soul damage. She can handle this conversation. She cannot handle the music of Sam.
Sees
Cook.
a video of like
Handle
a
Aretha
puppy and a
Franklin.
cat
Yeah,
hugging,
yeah,
and she
teleport
fucking
shot.
shuts the
Yeah,
phone
I'm just-
across the room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or just I love the idea that Teleportia, like if you just play some like 60s music, Teleportia's like, damn it, Otis Redding can't handle this too much soul.
I don't know who he is or what he is to you.
Yeah.
Anyway, I stream sometimes games, so come check it out. It's fun. I don't wear. When I'm on my channel, I don't wear sleeves. I took an oath to never wear sleeves on that channel. I took an oath to on that channel always eat
What
my
if you get
English muffins
cold?
raw and uncut.
He
Am I cold?
What if
JJ,
you get cold?
Have you have you seen the weather in Los Angeles?
But-
It is not cold.
Time keeps going, Dan. At some point, it will get cold again.
time.
And come
keeps going.
come subscribe and get emotes like the one Sophia's dropping in chat right now.
But why? I get the the sleeveless thing. That's
Yeah, because
not a
sex
question
sells,
to-
baby.
That's not a question to me because I've met
Wait,
you
you have-
at least one time.
Wait, you have
Um,
your sleeves are in sex? What? I just keep going.
But why the English muffin thing? You're very
Oh,
adamant.
okay,
on
so
this.
That's something I refuse to get into again. How dare you? The audacity.
Wait, Pierce, you were here for this, right? Oh, okay. Well, then I feel good. What game was this Long Lost? This is Long Lost Lore, right? Or Long Lost Academia?
It must have
I
been.
think it was
It was
Lost
a
Lore
Monday night
Academia. It was Lost Lore
I
Academia.
I remember Aaron was there.
Aaron's
Oh,
very
yeah.
upset.
Before a game, before one of the Monday night games, I popped in and I was eating an English muffin, and I was in a hurry and I hadn't like split it up or toasted it or put anything on it, and everyone was giving me so much lip about it, so much sass, give guff, dare I say, whatever else you want to use, and so from that moment on, I decided that it was important for my stream to be a safe space to eat your English muffins however you want to, and out of solidarity, on my stream, I will never eat an English muffin any other way.
I only
Okay.
gave you guff because you were calling it raw and uncut.
Yeah, it was. I think it
That
was
is
your.
the sole reason
So
It
I
was
was
your
bothered by
phrasing.
what you were doing.
I have another question. I have to have a follow-up question.
Yeah,
to this
go for
story.
it.
Oh my god.
Because you said something that was very interesting to me. You said you didn't have time to split it. How long does it take you to split an English muffin?
Oh, okay, so if I'm gonna
If
split
it's
it,
taking you more than 12 seconds, you're probably doing it incorrectly.
if I'm gonna split it, and it also means I'm gonna I don't want to eat just like two untoasted naked English muffin halves. If I'm gonna split
That sounds
it,
like something
Fucking-
exactly like you would want to do, to be fair.
No,
but-
I'm either going. It's either all or nothing. Pierce. I am an all or nothing.
Wait. You're a whole. Wait a. Okay, I don't want to keep talking about this, but what you are saying is that the idea of eating a thinner piece of uncooked, untoasted English muffin is that's grosser than eating a giant, thick, like mono uncooked English muffin? You'd rather just have your mouth like double full of like dry, uncooked English
It's
muffin.
normal full. It's not double full. It'd be half full with the split. It's
Right?
normal
Yeah. So
full.
it's like okay. Yeah. All right.
I also stream some. I also stream. I won't be streaming tomorrow, but I'm usually there most days during the week at 1:30 on Piers Lakes things. We're currently playing through God of War Ragnarok. The game is phenomenal. Come for the rants about capitalism and the fatherly advice of our God of War. There's very little Animorph talk on the channel, which is funny.
Yeah, I feel like
Considering
it's-
how much Animorph talk I've brought to this channel.
Well, you have plenty of Animorph talk on your channel, just not during those streams.
Just specifically Sunday
Sure.
is reserved for Animorph.
That's the Animorph day.
But yeah,
Makes sense.
come hang out.
Well, yeah.
I have no stipulations about food or clothing on that channel, so anything could happen, I guess.
Oh.
No stipulations, guys. Gotta have no stipulations. Well, KJ, Fractal, you guys wanna mention or plug anything? KJ is last one I say. You wanna plug anything?
You commented on it, so now I just laugh on the inside.
Understood. Just like
But every time you say who wants to plug anything,
So
and Dan,
what? So
Dan pipes
the
up,
answer is
my inside.
the answer is
dying.
yeah. Your feelings. That's what you're plugging now.
No, I don't have those.
You're just plugging it up inside.
oh man. My food soul has been violated by naked, raw, uncut English muffins.
No one ever said naked, for the record.
You
No one ever-
did say
You
naked
said-
You said
less
it
than
today.
5
You
minutes
said-
ago.
you
You
said
said naked.
No, if by no one you mean you moments ago, then yes, no one said it. That's true.
Yeah, damn it.
Whatever.
Again, Dan, I don't care how you eat your English muffins. I was just simply seeking some clarification.
No. Pierce, you
And
know
it-
what? And, like, I love your inquisitive nature. It's one of the things I appreciate most about you.
Thank you. How do we end this show?
I'm smelling cigarette smoke again, and I'm realizing that it's only on Wednesdays around like now.
Is it your Lego?
And do you think you?
Did you manifest?
Are you
it
having
into
a stroke?
reality?
No, it's not. No, it's one of my neighbors. I should probably talk to my landlord about this. There's someone smokes in this building because my AC's not on right now. So it's like even if the AC's
That's
not
brave.
running, it's coming through. Well, I try not to run it during. Well, whatever. Anyway, the point is, somebody smokes every Wednesday and seemingly only Wednesday.
I wonder if they have like a house guest.
Yeah, maybe they have maybe
Maybe that's the only
someone's-
day they're alone and they're smoking in secret.
Oh shit.
Secret cigarette.
Oh,
Well,
break up a marriage, Philip.
Actually,
Break up a
as I
marriage.
was-
reveal that they're a secret
Ruin
smoker.
someone's life.
But actually, as I was looking into it, even though I feel like I do smell it when the AC's on, but now I'm smelling it when it's not. Another place it can come through is fans, is like bathroom exhaust fans.
Oh,
So I
yeah.
wonder if somebody does it in the bathroom,
Oh, 100%.
and if it's coming down through my fan. Except it doesn't smell the most in that room, so I don't know. Maybe I'm being ghosted or haunted, and that's really cool, Bridger, that you did a macro photoclass with Legos, because they're a great thing to macro photograph. Gonna open this again just because I love it so much. Once upon a time, a young man named Jack planted beans and climbed up a beanstalk, and up there he met a giant. And then the story ended somehow. I think there was a golden goose. And murder.
And some orifices, if I remember earlier.
Oh Lord.
That was off stream, I think. I didn't say that on stream.
That was
did I?
off stream, yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's correct.
basically, I'm gonna say this in ways so you guys
No one
understand.
asked.
We're
Make
not gonna
no
go
one
through
asked.
it. But the idea was, because previously on Monday, I was showing how the grandmother and the wolf, it was like a sex game for them, and it was a thing, and I was having them kiss, and people objected. So this week, this episode, here's the
You
giant.
put that back
and here's-
again at the end of Tuesday, by the way. He brought it. He brought the grandmother, and the wolf out again at the end of the Tuesday.
Well, I just
game.
need everyone to
Okay.
see them kissing because it's really sweet. Love is love. So basically, here's the joke. Here is that it's the giant and Jack is little. And I actually said more on stream, but all I'll say now is like if you imagine that the giant's being played by Richard Gere, and that Jack is. Anyway, the point is, everybody, thanks for watching. I'm sorry about the things we've all said tonight. Mainly what I've said, but also, actually, I take that back. I'm also upset about many things Dan said. Mostly muffin related, and I'm shaming him for it, and it's fine. What if muffin shaming is my kink? What am I supposed to do? Not do it? All right, thanks everyone for watching. This has been great. Until next time, have a top night. That's what I say to end this one. Bye, everybody.